All right, so just a little technology glitch. It's all okay. So, Nipa, I'm really curious to hear your story, your divorce journey, how you got to where you are today. So, if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about your own story, your own situation.
Sure. So, as you know, I'm an immigrant. I had a very settled life with thriving career, friends, and family before marriage back in my home country. Then I got married, came to USA on dependent spouse visa. So, no more work, nobody around, and trapped into an abusive relationship. And then I used to start think during that time that what am I doing to my life? Like, am I doing justice to this beautiful life gifted by God, the upbringing that my parents had provided to me? And I started losing myself. And one night, during this prolonged abuse, I feared for my life. And then I decided, okay, I can't take it anymore. And I decided to get out of it. So that was one set of challenges. Now, another set of challenges started. How do I get out of it? How do I communicate? How will I manage, this whole expensive legal process? Because I was not earning, and top of it, I had a marital debt of more than $20,000 on me, solely on me, because one company was opened on my name during marriage. Nobody around, no support system, but I just went on, on my own, making trial and error. I made some mistakes as well, I must admit. But let me tell you now, I'm so thankful to this entire journey and to the people who gave me challenges, because I learned a lot during this process. I acquired a lot of skills, experience, knowledge, and connections. So now I am in a position that I can help others. I can guide them and ensure that they are not alone and they have support available. Because let me tell you, even a small support can make a big difference in this journey. So I'll give you an example. When I was going through this challenge, a bank employee provided a very small help to me, which really saved me from legal and financial consequences in future. So imagine if you have support guidance available at every step, how strong and confident you feel, and you are sure about your future, that you, whatever you're doing, you are taking the right step during this challenging time, and you can have a secure future. So that's how I got into helping others. I got like certified, trained myself, so that I can support others more systematically and strategically. And that's how I'm here right now.
Wow, thank you so much. And I'm so sorry that you had to endure that. That must have been really scary. I mean, you're in a country that has that you're not it's not your home country. So, you don't really have your friends, your family, your support network. You're in an abusive relationship that you obviously need to get out of because you're scared for your life. How did you how did you get over that fear? Like how did you dig deep to take that first step towards getting out of that relationship and moving forward?
So, what you need is, you need to have some confidence over yourself, and you need to think, okay, what do I want from my life? As I mentioned, right, that, okay, this is a beautiful life gifted by God. You need to let it go. You need to pull yourself and think that, okay, what do I need to continue with this for future, or do I really want a brighter, better future? And then taking a one step at a time really helps you to get out. And let me tell you, when you have no support system around, your yourself are so strong. If you dig deep into it,
Mm.
you which you never know. I realize that I see a different version of myself now, which was hidden inside, more resilient, powerful. So you have that strength inside. So what you need to do is just gather yourself and tell yourself that, no, I can do it, and trust me, it will happen.
Hmm. Yeah. What were some of the biggest challenges that you faced I mean, other than being on your own? Like, was there a lot of stigma around it? Like in your culture, in your home country, is divorce something that it happens quite frequently? Like I know in the US and in Canada, we have about a 50% divorce rate. So it's sort of common. but we still have a bit of stigma around it. Like a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
still feel shame and guilt and embarrassment and resentment, like lots of these negative emotions that they're still kind of not open to really talking about. So what is it about, being an immigrant that was that even more challenging?
Of course, it is more challenging, and it's very obvious. And yes, so there are challenges that I can say. Is first is of course your, like, there are two kind of challenges, or I would say one is your emotional challenges, and one is logistical challenges. So when I say emotional or other kind of challenges are like, you have no support system, everything is new to you. So when, even if you have someone who doesn't know the divorce process, but someone is with you, can give you that strength and confidence that, okay, I have someone to help me or back me. So that one of the strongest challenges you have. And the person who are not with you physically, remote, like away in the other country, they want to help you, but still that there is a limitation. So that is definitely there. And another thing I would put in that category is your cultural challenge. Because every, as you ask me, like, how does it work in divorce? So yes, like, I'm from India, and India, like, talking about divorce even today is like, everybody is like, what? So that reaction I have seen here as well, but just it is 10 times more, I would say, there. So that's another challenge. So that cultural thing also helps. And there are different expectations when I say cultural, because, say, for example, child custody or in-laws or other extended family have different kind of functioning. So that also definitely impacts your decision making, your process. So that those are the challenges, of course, I have also faced. And when I talk about logistical challenges, are more like, okay, you are on dependent spouse visa, right? And now you want divorce. Once you are out of, like, once you are divorced, you are no more dependent, so you don't have that visa status. Then how can you remain in this country? So that's
Mm.
one of the challenges I have seen in a lot of people that go through this journey. Another, I would say, is, okay, should I file for divorce in this country or in my home country if I got married in home country? That's
Mm.
always there, that conflict. One spouse wants different, another spouse wants something different. It has happened in my case as well. And what if one spouse just moves out of this country, out of jurisdiction? Or other way, you file there, but the spouse is on in this country, again different jurisdiction. Then you may not even get your court document executed or the order executed. So that is one of the challenges I have seen. And another are, if you have property located internationally, how do you get it involved in your settlement? Or if you want to go back and settle in your home country, but you have citizen child, and
Mhm.
okay, can I do that? How can I do that? What is the preference of the other co-parent? So there are multiple challenges that I have seen and been through in immigrants, which is, which are unique, and that usually people don't face if they are local.
Right.
So
Yeah, some things that I never even really considered. Do you find that some women just end up staying in the marriage then, even if it's not a great relationship or maybe even an abusive relationship, just because? I mean, for me, it'd be scary. Like, you're not working, maybe you don't know the language, you don't have the support system, you have a child you're looking after. So there's just so many, it feels like so insurmountable. So do you find that sometimes people just stay stuck in the relationship just because it's so insurmountable, or it feels like
yeah,
it?
it does happen. It does happen a lot. And they have been stuck for a long time. It's not like, 1 or 2 years, but 10
Mm.
years, 12 years. And the reason could be that, oh, I'm not earning, how will I manage?
Mhm.
Another is very common, which is everywhere. I have kids and I don't want to get out because of my kids, which is very common for everyone. But for immigrants, like, one is, I'm not earning, I'm on dependent spouse visa, how will I manage? Or second is, oh, I have no support system, I don't have that much money to navigate through this expensive legal process. And of course, as you agree, that it is really expensive. So just because, oh, I don't have money or I don't have access to money, I don't know how will I manage. And third could be, oh, as a cultural difference, my people, even my family will not understand me. They are not supporting me. How will I manage? Where will I go? Rather, I just be here the way it's going. Because I have seen one of the things which, of course, it's a little sad that your family is not there with you. Family just say that, okay, it's your life, your marriage. You try to make it work, and everybody goes through some ups and downs, but it doesn't mean you just leave your marriage. That's a common understanding from cultural standpoint. And I have seen not only in India and some other cultures as well, especially South Asian. I have seen it could be Nepal, somewhere in China, and some to some extent Spanish clients I have seen. So where there is a family influence over your marriage. So yeah, and that's the reason people just say, okay, I'll just remain where I am. I don't want to get out, because they find it even more scary to take the first step. And as you asked me once you take the first step, rest of the steps could be easy, because you have gathered your courage, you took the step, and you know what is the next step. But taking first step, that's where people are like, okay, I'm here, I don't want to get out of this.
So how do you counsel or coach your clients to take that first step when they are really sitting in so much fear and stuckness? How do you get them started to take that first step?
So when I work with clients who are still stuck and considering whether divorce is the right thing for them or not, my strategy or my formula is always that look at your future and plan back from your future standpoint. Okay, how do you like to build or design your future? Why? Because you are thinking of getting out. Why you are thinking? Because you don't want the similar situation in future. You want your future to be better, right? Okay, you want it better. How will you make it better? Okay, then what are your preferences? Once they are clear, then they are like, oh, no, but how will I get there? Then we walk the path. Okay, to get there in future, these are your paths. And once they walk the path, breaking each step, then they feel confident that, oh yeah, I can do that. Oh, I can manage that. Oh, this is challenging, but what are the options to go through that challenge? And once we walk that path and they have that good future in mind, and that keeps reminding that, okay, this is what you need, and you may have to take some step. If you are right now facing this challenge, that means you are strong. You can face, if you can face this, you can definitely face that, because that is bringing you the better life, better version of yourself. So this is how I work with my client to build that resilience and power in them.
Yeah, I love that. Like focusing on the life that you want and really keep reminding them that you can create that, and that they're worthy of having that life, right? Exactly. They're worthy of creating a life where they feel happy and safe, right? And you're really encouraging them to understand and know that they do have the courage to do that. And I think with you walking alongside them as well, they have that, that a person like in you, and you are also able to provide them with other resources or connect them with other people in your network, like you said, lawyers or, financial people or anything like that, right?
True. Because as I said, when we walk the path, at every step, they have a guidance and support available. Okay, I don't know who is the right person for me to hire. So then based on their situation, I can say, okay, this is the right kind of attorney or mediator for you. Whether mediation is good for you or some other ADR, which we call alternative dissolution method, is good for you, or you may need therapy. So helping them that, okay, once you are into therapy, you work on it. So that will help you calm down or whatever the need is, right? So as you said, like when they have clarity and when they have support and the guidance that, okay, this is the person for you, this is the process for you, this is how you can communicate with your ex. Because one of the things I have seen is communication, which I also been through the same situation. And I've seen my clients that, how to communicate, because there's
Mm,
always a fear back of the mind about the reaction of the other
mm,
spouse. And reactions, you always expect to be very harsh reactions, right? And you avoid the communication. But having like the effective communication with some kind of techniques, like, say, for example, role playing or reverse role playing, or some kind of based on how the other spouse is, there are different other techniques we use that really helps them, that okay, now I'm clear, now I'm confident that okay, I can talk to him, and I am also prepared for the reaction of the other spouse, and I know how to respond to them. There's reaction versus response situation. You always
mhm.
respond, let them react. So like helping them on these small things, they become like feel confidence, and once you are confident and clear, it definitely helps you move it through.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, every step that you take, even if it's a really small step, adds to your courage, right? Adds
Right.
to your confidence, and
Yes.
every step is incrementally building that confidence. So as you go through the process, you're getting more and more confident. You're building up your resilience. You're able
Mhm.
to understand, okay, actually, I can do this, right? This is possible for me. And I think that that's such a beautiful gift that you are supporting people with giving to themselves, right? Because otherwise, they're going to be miserable, stuck, not happy, not safe. Right. So I love that you do that. What other words of wisdom would you like to share with women who are finding themselves in a similar situation that you found yourself in, like stuck in this relationship in a country that's not their home country without the support? Like, what's one thing that you would say to them?
Well, if I have to say one thing, I would say uh, keep your best self.
Mm,
And as I already mentioned, and check what you need in future, and then think back. Why I say keep your best self? Because in the end, who is going to be with you is yourself, and who
mm,
is going to be with your kids, it's kids themselves. So teaching them how to keep their best self, or keeping your best self, is important at every single step, whether you are going through the challenge or after that, or even if in any situation. Because when you keep your best self, you keep your stable mindset, you are clear, you can think through, you can think rationally, and take a decision which is for yourself. So this is the one thing I would say, apart from other tips, but this is something I always say: keep your best self.
that's amazing. I love that. Keep your best self. And it just kind of sparks in me too, looking after ourselves, right? Nurturing ourselves, having some sort of self-care practice. And I'm curious, Deepa, what do you do to support your best self in your day-to-day life?
Well, that's a good question, and I love this question because I when I was going through, I cultivated some habits or some routine for myself, which I say rituals. I always use that word, and I follow it religiously. Like, let me give some things. When I wake up, open my mind, open my eyes, my mind starts talking to me, and just all the affirmations. I have everything put on my wall, so it
Mm,
starts with the best day, the gratitude. And so that's my first step. And once I'm out of bed, then second is of course my yoga, my pranayam. If you know the breath work, we call it pranayam, and meditation. So that's how it goes. And then during the day, I have a timer for every 2 hours for 1 minute to remind myself about what I am, who I am, and what I want. So that keeps you going. And end of the day, again, I have a gratitude journal, which I always keep with myself. And I have two parts. One is what went well for the day and what did not go well. And trust me, once you start putting 80% are so good, just 20% that not. And we always focus on those 20%, but when we compare, it starts make you feel that, oh wow, this is so good. Just small tiny things. And you always have affirmation of opposite, that okay, it didn't go well, then you just write it down what should go well. So next time your mind starts working on that. So these are the small things I teach my clients as well, but it's really helpful. But it again depends on what kind of personality you are. For some people, some other things may work, But the only point is what works for you, and at least spare 15 to 20 minutes. I think you also teach this to same other people, right? Provide to yourself, which makes you feel good, which is part of your routine. So that's how I built myself to get to this level.
That is so amazing. And thank you for those really wonderful tips and strategies and tools, right? And you're so right, finding what works for you. But I find sometimes you have to experiment, right? So thank you for sharing those ideas, and hopefully people can work some of them into their own life. And it doesn't have to take long, right? Just a few minutes a
Yes.
day to really focus on your best self. So Nipa, this has been amazing. How can people get in touch with you and learn more about what it is that you do and connect with you?
They can reach out to me through my website, which is holisticdivorcejourney.com. They can also email me, as my email is there on my website as well. And they can message me if they have my phone number. I'm available with every single source, because I understand different people have different preferences based on their restrictions. So I can be reachable whatever they feel comfortable with.
Awesome. I'm going to put all those links in the show notes as well, so people can follow you on Instagram, connect with you on your website, and reach out to you. So if you're an immigrant woman and you're going through a divorce, or you're thinking about going through a divorce, but you need support on any part of your divorce journey, reach out to Nipa. She's been there. She's helped so many clients to really focus on creating their best self. So Nipa, thank you so much for being a guest on the show, and I look forward to staying connected with you.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for being there.
Bye for now.
Bye.